Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Michael Willoughby Show, episode number 31. I'm your host, Michael Willoughby. Today, I'm going to discuss the Hamilton Bulldogs unveiling of the 2016-2017 schedule, as well as the preseason schedule that was unveiled today in the Ontario Hockey League website. I'll get my 2 cents about that. But first, I would like to talk about the Hamilton Tiger Cats. The performance, as you all may know, the Tiger Cats are 1-1. They looked really, really good against the Toronto Argonauts. Jeremiah Masoli was banging on over 300 yards passing. No mistakes, no turnovers, really much. They basically dominated the 55 out of 60 minutes of the football game. The Toronto Argonauts didn't really had a second wind. Hamilton did a great job keeping Ricky Ray on track. Off track, I should say. Samoy Lawrence had a monster game, 7 tackles, 2 sacks, INT for a touchdown, and a forced fumble as well. Like I said, Jeremiah Masoli played very well. The Brandon Banks, Chad Owens, Lou Taskell, and company did a great job in the season opener, spoiling the Toronto Argonauts BMO Field opener officially, the first game at BMO Field and the first time at the site that was formerly known as the exhibition stadium, the first time since 1989 the Argonauts played there as a franchise. It was a great game, and man, did Hamilton ever clicked on all cylinders. Well, back in the Canada Day home opener, in front of the capacity crowd, a 14th consecutive shutout in the history of Tim Hortons Field ever since it first opened back on Labor Day 2014. The Hamilton Tiger Cats were flat out embarrassed. I was very disappointed, especially Jeremiah Masoli's performance, even though it was 60+% once again, but close to 300 once again. But I think it was like 268, 270 yards, but the 3 INTs were very, I think it was 2 INTs, 0 touchdowns, 2 INTs. He looked flat at many points of the game. He had 2 great drives. One in the opening drive, Tiger Cats couldn't cash in. They scored a single point. Mulhall didn't adjust to the win. The defense played very well. Gave Hamilton every opportunity to win. But they completely fell apart, really, because basically the schedule, the poor play, I should say, the turnovers that they almost got, they were off the ball discipline-wise. Samoy Lawrence played a really good game. They contained Jonathan James really, really well for about a good 50 minutes. But it was BC who made the necessary adjustments, and the Tiger Cats really gave up 2 touchdowns. If it wasn't for the offense that splundered mostly all game long, the defense would have been a lot more fresh, a lot more crisp, but they were out almost every single drive after the defense was like multiple 2 and outs, 3 and outs, especially in the third quarter, and that was really draining for the Tiger Cats defense. And the worst player of the whole team was really much Jeff Tisdale. He committed a lot of penalties, unnecessary penalties, and with that, he was released after 2 games. He was let go initially by the Ticats after the mini camp, but there was injuries during the training camp to the cornerbacks, to the two young promising cornerbacks. I can't remember who it was, but Jeff Tisdale re-signed with the Ticats and was the starting cornerback after the two games. But his performance against BC was awful. And it does appeal to me, and same for everybody else who has followed the Ticats for a long time, especially in particular the player, Jeff Tisdale, who was a former two-time All-Star, well known in the Montreal Alouettes. He was a shutdown defensive back for a long time, but now his career has reached his critical end. Literally, he's just over 30 years of age. He's got a good 1 or 2 years left, but if he can go to another team or even come back to Hamilton as a backup, but not as a starter. I think his starting days are over, but I think, like I said, a good 2 years left. That's pretty much the end, the twilight of the career. And for Jeff Tisdale, he is definitely approaching that. Next game for Hamilton is against Winnipeg on Thursday. I was at practice back on Sunday, this past Sunday, with my friends at Tim Hortons Field. And I was aware that head coach of the Tiger Cats, Ken Austin, wasn't very happy. The practice wasn't crisp. It wasn't really in a good form like in the past. He was very frustrated. I don't know what was his mood today, but it appears to me the Tiger Cats has got to continue being more progressive. It has happened every year at this point of the season. It's happened every year under Ken Austin as the head coach of the Hamilton Tiger Cats. So yeah. I rather hope, honestly to not say rather, I seriously hope that Hamilton wins this thing. Because Winnipeg is at the precipice of a disaster right now. They're 0-2 to start the season. Drew Willie has played out flat for all but 10 total minutes of his CFL season. In his 2 starts, he looks admirable at best. The team overall is completely sucked all the way out the gate. And Michael Shea's job is very much on the line today, this week, literally. So here's hoping for a great outing by the Hamilton Ticats, a nice bounce-back outing this Thursday. I will be there. Hopefully you guys will be there too. Maybe the 15th consecutive shutouts and counting. Sellouts and counting, I should say. Hamilton still have a really good record at home. We're undefeated in the postseason. We have lost about 2 or 3 games. There's still good 2 or 3 teams that have not been able to beat the Hamilton Ticats at home at Tim Hortons Field since its inception back in 2014. We'll hope that streak continues when Hamilton hosts Winnipeg Thursday night, July 7th at 7 p.m. It's presented by Bell the Ret. WeatherTech. Yeah. Now we're going to talk about the Hamilton Bulldogs as the regular season schedule was unveiled last week. And based on my first impression of the schedule, this is about my 3rd time right now looking down the schedule. I see in the start of the season, the first two months, pretty much, you have a lot of division opponents in in this case for Hamilton, they all remained in the Eastern Conference for one more season. Hamilton will play in the division the same as Ottawa, Oshawa, Peterborough, Kingston. Good Lord. Hold on. I think I got away. Peterborough, Oshawa, Ottawa, Kingston. Hamilton's playing on that division once again. I have seen throughout the OHL season and in the forums, my impression is that the Hamilton Bulldogs are in need for a playoff spot. They came very close, as everybody will remember. If you follow the OHL, and particularly the Hamilton Bulldogs, the Hamilton Bulldogs battled out with Oshawa for the last playoff spot in the going down to the final week of the season, and Hamilton lost the final 2 games of the regular season. And Oshawa cleaned house, but they got swept in the first round, I believe. They won 1 game in the playoffs, but nevertheless, Oshawa beat Hamilton in the last week of the regular season to clinch the playoff. I don't think it's going to happen this year. I think Hamilton has a really good chance of getting to the playoffs. I don't see them as a contender just yet, as a championship, I should say, but I think we're getting very close. We got to respect, of course, what Steve Stadios, John Gruden, the new head coach, is making right now, and I should say, including Troy Smith as well. You've got a lot of key players that are willing to come to Hamilton to play with the Hamilton Bulldogs. That is really good. I do think the big key for the Hamilton Bulldogs, as I think out of my head right now, is that we want to see more of the second half. Matthew Strome, Matt Luff, Nicky Petty, Trent Fox, those guys. Brendan Sagan has got to get a bounce back here after a serious injury that ended his season. You had Justin Lemke coming back as well. I mean, much of the core that you've seen in the second half of the season has come back. You got a promising top six, 2 scoring lines. With Connor Roberts probably going to start the season in the 3rd line, but will make a way to the 2nd line. He has a lot of potential to become a starting first-line center for the team, let alone in the wing position as well. Connor Hicks is your presumptive starting goaltender for the Hamilton Bulldogs. Cannon Forcher is going to be coming back as well. I think this is Hicks' big year. He needs to shine. So, and as much as the same goes for the defense as well, the Hamilton Bulldogs defense, that pretty much everyone has come back. With the development they have got in the critical experience they had, especially down the stretch for a playoff spot, that is beneficial in my opinion. I think the Hamilton Bulldogs defense will be a lot better and a lot more steadfast with Troy Smith anchoring the defense from the coaching standpoint. Justin Lemke will anchor the defense on the ice. That is going to be the big key of the season. The big key is have the defense play to its full potential. Because if we made any more progression, we got a great shot of becoming champions next year in the 2017-2018 season. This is pretty much a make or break year. And for the offense, it's the same goals as well. The development of your top 6 and potential top 9, the 3 lines. And with the checking line as well, Fedor Godiv will likely be starting the season in the wing. in the check-in